Hi, welcome to another episode of Ask Dr. Lana, and today's submission comes from Patricia. Hey Dr. Lana, I wanted to let you know about a horrific first date I went on recently. I met a guy on Tinder and we chatted for a while before we made plans to meet up at a bar. It was a fairly nice place in Midtown Manhattan, so cocktails were around $18. After having 2 cocktails each and a really nice conversation, it was time to go. At which point, when the check came, he patted his back pocket and said, "Oh, I forgot my wallet. I'll get it next time." I was not sure what to do, so I paid the bill and with tip was close to $100. Guess what? I never heard from him again and I feel burned. What would you have done in that situation? Well, Patricia, I am sorry you did get burned, and I totally understand that it's hard in a socially awkward situation like that to think of the perfect thing to say and to do. So if this ever happens again, this is how you handle it. Once you have that bill, you take out your credit card and you walk and find that server or walk to the other end of the bar and find that bartender and say, "I'm so sorry, but we actually needed 2 checks. I'm just paying for my own cocktails." And then just pay for yourself. You are under no obligation, legally or morally, to pay for that guy's drinks. Now, and if you're an attorney watching this, please comment on this, because I believe the situation's a little bit different if it's a dinner and you're sharing a dinner. And I know that in Southern California, there was a guy who was arrested, charged, and convicted of scamming 22 women this way. He would take them out to really expensive restaurants on a first date, order this lavish meal, and then when the bill came, he would excuse himself to use the restroom and then do a dine and dash, sticking them with the bill. And he did finally get caught, and he served 120 days in jail and had to make financial restitution to those women. And since then, I've seen that play out in different cities around the United States. So this is a thing. So if you're an attorney, let me know, write in the comments if you're legally obligated to pay for somebody else's dinner in a situation like that. And I know there's a lot of attorneys who watch my stuff because I've taught continuing education units in New York City and down in Beverly Hills and for a bunch of different organizations. Verbal self-defense for attorneys, defending against manipulation, insults, and bullying. So I hope that helps. And just think about this for a second. Really, the guy didn't have a credit card. He didn't have cash. He didn't have a payment form on his cell phone like Zelle or Apple Wallet or Google Wallet or Venmo. Really? I don't think that was the case. Yeah, you got scammed. So if you'd like me to answer your question, keep in mind, I am absolutely not a mental health care professional, but I am someone who has studied decades of behavioral sciences and especially dark psychology and martial arts. And that's why I own a company that teaches verbal, mental, and physical self-defense. Check out the description in the video. You can sign up for our newsletter. You'll get a lot of exclusive content, comes out once a week, and it's totally free. I'll see you soon.